Hey my loves, welcome back to this channel. Yes, I took a long break. Guys, so much to be said, okay? In the break time, I had a baby. He's like almost 2 now. I've moved house. So much has happened. So ladies, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you things people notice about your home immediately, okay? There are certain things about our homes that people immediately notice, and we actually have to pay attention to these things because in as much as we don't care what other people think, we're not trying to go out of our way to give a bad impression of ourselves that is not aligned with whom we are as elevated women, okay? Now, before we enter into the home, can we take a moment and talk about the exterior of your home? One of the first things people will notice about your home, especially if they're visiting for the first time, is curb appeal, okay? What is the surrounding area of your home looking like? Do you have some plants around your home? Are they well kept? Are they well managed? Is the grass well trimmed? Are the flowers neat? Or do you have like weed growing up and down everywhere? Is the area looking dirty? And as for those of you who live in areas where you don't have a lot of control about how the area around your house looks, I would say the least you can do is ensure that your front door area is well maintained and well cleaned. At least twice a year, girlies, we need to be cleaning that front door. Do not be doing the most inside and be forgetting that your front door also needs a clean at least once or twice a year. I like to do this around springtime, and I also like to do this towards the end of autumn going into winter. Also want to take a few moments just to check the area right in front of your door to make sure that it's clean. If it's not clean, you want to get a mini blower to just blow, or just get a regular dustpan, go around, quickly dust and clean the front entrance of your house. And I would also recommend that you have a rug or a mat in front of your door so that when people are coming in, they can, clean off their shoes a little bit, may have a bit of mud, whatever on it, they can clean themselves before entering. But the curb appeal of your home and the cleanliness of the outside of your home matters just as much as your home. Okay, so now we've opened the door, we've let them in. What are they noticing first? Girls, they are noticing the scent. Yep, they are noticing the scent. And if it is a foul, warm, nasty, like the bin has not been taken out for days type of smell, oh, it's going to be a struggle. And for someone like me who has a very sensitive nose, when I walk into homes, the smell is typically what hits me first. And what I love is entering into homes where even if they don't have anything nice going on, the air is just fresh. So we got to get those bins out, girlies, okay? And stop buying those massive bins, like those massive bins that you don't have to remove for like 5 days, because all the rubbish is just sits there for 5 days and it makes the house smell. So what you want to do is ensure that you're regularly taking out the trash, regularly, sisters, okay? And one thing that's going to help you do that is get a smaller bin. Yes, if you want to know more about how to make your home smell nice, I have a video on this and I'll leave it linked in the description box down below. But what you want to do is open the windows so that the fresh air can go out. Another trick that I've been using lately whenever I'm having guests coming in is spreading a little bit of baking soda into my rugs all around the house overnight. So the night before the guests are due to come, I do this, and then in the morning I vacuum. And baking soda is such a good deodorizer. It absorbs all of that scent because sometimes you don't notice it. You've lived in a house for so long, you are used to the smell. You're thinking my house doesn't smell, but leave that house for a couple of days and come back and see if you notice the smell or not. So especially if you have kids, if you have pets and things like that, that trick works really, really well. Another thing that I will say for scent is try to leave the window slightly open, because when you have a room and all the windows are closed, I mean, unless it's like snowing or something like that, you need to have the windows shut. Otherwise, it's nice just to have that air circulating and a way for it to escape a little bit, okay? You never know. Someone, it may be a child, may just let out wind. Someone may do a number two, you need to change a nappy, like in my case, because I have young kids. The minute something like that happens, I get my kids, I take them upstairs and we go sort ourselves out. But it is very important that you have that air circulating well. Another thing that people immediately notice about your home is the temperature. People used to tell me this all the time, that my house is so hot. Oh my God, it's so hot in here, it's so hot in here. That's because I'm someone who generally feels cold, right? I think my body temperature runs more on like the cold. And then I have got other people in my family whose body temperatures run like hot. So they are always hot and I tend to be more cold. So I crank up the heating, but it is very important that when you're having guests, lower the heating if you can, okay? And if it's the summertime, you don't need to turn it on, then make sure you have a fan somewhere just to keep the room temperature at quite a healthy level. One thing you want to bear in mind as well is the more people you're having in your house, the more the house is going to be naturally hot because everyone's body heat is just spreading across. So if it's just you in the house, you're like, oh yeah, it's fine. Take it a little bit of a notch down to what you would prefer if you're having a large number of people who are coming to visit you. Because, like I said, it's going to get hot the more people are in the house. So, number one, you're going to need that window slightly open. And number two, if it's the summertime, you want to make sure you've got the air conditioning running in the different rooms that the guests are going to be, using or staying the longest, i.e., the living room, family rooms, kitchens. Those spaces need to be well vented as well because if guests are in there and they're so hot and everyone's like, oh my God, it's hot in here, I need to get out of here, it's not comfortable. So, temperature is something we don't often think about, but we should think about. The third thing people notice about your home as soon as they enter is entryway clutter. Mhm. Girls, we cannot be having shoes flying over there, coats over there, school bags hanging over there, things that you need to ship to Africa on the side, water bottles hanging over here. Girls, what's going on? What's going on, sis? Let's get it together. Even if you're going to have those things there because you need them to be there and it's more convenient for you in your everyday life, when you are having guests over, it may be a better idea to find different homes for those places whilst your guests are there because a cluttered entryway gives a bad impression. It immediately says this person doesn't care about their home. They don't take care of their home. And people will treat your home the way they see you treat it. If your home looks well kept, people are going to be like, oh, wow, this is a well kept house. So we can't just be throwing things everywhere. We also need to, act accordingly. But if they see that your house is just a junk full of mess and that's the first thing they're greeted with, it just goes downhill from there, okay? And this is just a bonus tip. When you are having guests, I would say remove your daily shoes that you don't need. If you're not going out and you just need a couple of slippers for yourself and your family members, leave those couple of slippers where your shoes normally go and remove all of the excess shoes. Because if everybody in the family's got all of their shoes in one place, we don't even have space for when guests come. So let's take all those shoes out, leave the ones that we need. After the guests have gone, we can return some, but it gives us the opportunity to declutter because a decluttered home, a clean home, a nicely scented home is a calm home. And that's what we want to invite people into, a calm, clean, and comfortable home where they can come and enjoy their stay. So we want to make sure that our entryways are as clear and as clean and also as functional as possible because I think one of the worst things that we can do to ourselves is have a very clean and clear entryway, but it's just not functional. And for that, what I mean is, for example, if you have one of those houses, where the coat space is like under the stairs and there's an understairs cupboard, and when people come in, they don't immediately go to under the stairs for their coat. They're kind of looking around thinking, where should I hang my coat? I think the nice thing for you to do as the host is, as people come in, you can just simply say to them, please may I have your coat and shoes and I will keep it here for you, right? And they're like, oh, okay. So as some people are getting their coats and shoes off and you're putting it away, the others are coming in seeing that that's what's happening. The others are coming in seeing that that is what's happening, and they too are naturally handing you their coats and shoes so you can store it away. But you as the host has to be the one standing right a little bit further into your entryway, collecting those coats and shoes, or just saying, please keep your coats and shoes in here. Please keep your coats and shoes in here. You've got to be the one guiding people, because otherwise people come in and your entryway looks beautiful. It's all nice and clean, but then they're like, oh my God, should I put my shoe here? Where should I put my coat? We want things to also be functional, not just aesthetic, okay? The next thing people notice about your home when they enter is the state of the flooring. Flooring takes up so much space in your house that is difficult to go unnoticed. So you want to make sure your floors are nice and clean. As far as rugs go, people do notice the state of your rug. Like, does it feel nice underfoot? Does it look clean? Again, if you have children or you have pets, or even you live alone, once a year or twice a year, you need to be washing that rug. You need to ensure that your floors are nice and mopped, they are nice and clean. People are not going to be stepping on bits of food and things like that all over the floor. There aren't stains in there, so you're doing your best to get rid of the stains, get them out of the rug and out of your carpets. This is very important because the last thing you want is someone to look at your carpet and think, ew. Because I know for my like American and US sisters out there, they just don't really do carpets the way we do in the UK. Here in the UK, carpets are everywhere. You've got to specify that you actually don't want carpet, you want a wooden flooring for people to like, oh, okay, because the natural inclination is they put carpets all over the house. And one of the downsides of carpet is you have to keep maintaining it by washing it regularly, again, smells and things like that. The next thing people will notice about your home is the state of your guest bathroom or your downstairs toilet, as we call it here in the UK. It is very important, guys, because at some point, if the person is staying in your house longer than 2 hours or so, they're going to want to use the bathroom, and when they enter there, it needs to be a space that is inviting. I would not recommend actually lighting a candle in there because you never know. Some people are clumsy, okay? And what you don't want is a fire hazard. You don't want to be lighting a candle somewhere and a guest is like scared because they don't want to knock it down because it'll catch fire and whatnot. So what you want to do is ensure the toilet is clean. If you can put one of those foamy toilet cleaners that has a lighter scent, I will go for like something like lemon, something quite natural, and you put it in the side of the toilet so when they flush it releases the nice scent. I would recommend that, but I would again also recommend putting a reed diffuser. But in terms of the cleanliness of the toilet, you want to give that whole space a nice good clean because a clean toilet makes people feel comfortable. What you don't want to happen is they enter into the toilet and someone's done a number two and then they're just like, because that's me. I'm that guest that enters into the toilet. Maybe the person that went before me has done a number two, and there's nothing there. I can't find the air freshener. I can't find anything to kind of just quickly get rid of the smell, and it just makes the rest of the experience uncomfortable. Okay. Another thing that I would also mention for hygiene purposes is I actually recommend you put in your downstairs toilet, your guest bathroom, paper hand towels instead of the regular hand towels. I used to do regular hand towels, and then I just came to realize, you know what, when someone goes in there and they dry their hands, that towel is still wet. So another person comes in and they also dry their hands. That's just not very hygienic. So I would much rather put paper hand towels and one of those clear paper hand towel acrylic holders that you can get from Amazon. Put them in there, and then people just pick one out, dry their hands, throw it in the trash. Easy. Okay, so that's what we want to make sure that we're doing in there. People will notice and it matters. And make sure you've done all of your refills. You refill the soap, clean tissues in there, some spares if possible, so that no one's running around saying, I don't have tissue, we ran out of soap, we ran out of this and that. You will forget sometimes, guys. Like, seriously. The other day I had a family member visit me and I forgot to put tissue in my upstairs bathroom. And now I'm just like, you know what? I kept saying to myself I needed to do it. At some point I forgot, and then there wasn't one in there. But luckily it was family, so it was okay. So it's okay. We're not trying to be like too strict with these things, but they are just things for us to keep in mind, because when those things are missing, people will notice. You don't want to be using the bathroom and then you turn around and then there's no tissue around you. Like, that's not a nice experience. So we want to make sure that we're keeping on top of those things because people will notice them when they visit us. The next one is one that I think most of us at some point in our adult lives, if we've lived on our own, we have experienced. And that is broken furniture around the house, or just broken things in general. So this could be your chipped plate. This could be your broken chair leg that you haven't fixed properly, or you needed screwing, you didn't screw it properly, or the door handle that's rickety. You know what I mean, girls. These are the things we needed to fix around the house that we never really got to fix in. You want to prioritize those things. That's why for me, if anyone's going to visit me, except for like, really, really close friends, you need to give me at least a week or two notice. Don't be showing up in my house last minute. Oh, I was just around the area. No, please don't just be around the area, okay? Because there's things I should have gotten in order that I haven't gotten in order. And these are just some of the things. So what I would recommend is when you begin to notice these things, every weekend or every other weekend, just ask yourself, what do I need to do around the house as house maintenance? It may be I need to order new plates, I need to order new cups, right? It may be that when you're done doing your deep cleaning for the month, that you go around the house and touch up with paint in parts of the house that the paint is looking a little bit off. Maybe you've painted your house in a matte paint and you've wiped it and too much paint has come off. You need to go over that with the paint. Do those small maintenance stuff so that you don't end up forgetting, because the truth is most of us will forget. We'll be like, yeah, we need to fix that chair, and then we won't. We'll forget it. Someone will come, they're just about to sit, and we'll be like, oh, no, that chair's not good. Embarrassing. It's like, why is it still in your house if it's not good? Get rid of it, get a new one, or fix it, right? So these little broken things around the house we really need to get to. And I know as I'm speaking to you, probably have a couple in your mind that you're like, yeah, I need to get to doing that. Make a list and then just do it regularly, once a month, on the weekend when you have some time off, whatever it is. Start working through it. Again, you don't want to wait until the week before you're about to have guests to start panicking. Now you need someone to come and fix the toilet seat because the toilet seat is broken, and you're just running around and everything is chaos and you're stressed out and your guests haven't even arrived, but you're stressed out because there were things you should have done ages ago that you told yourself you would do but you didn't do. And definitely things like broken toilets, oh, people will notice. Yeah, they they will notice. And guess what, girls, there was going to be times when people will notice stuff. You just be like, you know what, it is what it is. It is what it is, because you cannot come and kill yourself, as they they say in Nigeria. Okay, try your best, but relax as well. If you keep these things in order long before guests arrive, it won't be a problem on the day that they arrive, right? All right, ladies, and maybe gentlemen too, who knows? I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. I really have enjoyed speaking about these things because let me be honest, some of these things I might too have gone through, and I'm like, girl, we need to keep it, and I'm like, girl, we need to get it in order. Okay, so we're in this together. Yes, so take your list. Hopefully, everything I said in this video, you have been noting down. So take your list and go get your work done, girl. I will see you in the next one.